right? So our next measure is going to be a B, which is the first finger on the A string. I close it up, and then D, and then B again, and then open A for 2. So that's B, D, which is a fourth finger, and then B, again, first finger, and then open string. So I'm going to go ahead and rhythmically make that correct the way that we counted before. 1, 1, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and, right? So 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and, all right? So I'm going to add my first two measures together. 1 and 2, and let's begin. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right. Once I'm able to do that much, then of course I want to incorporate my next measure. The next one is G, which is this finger here. You remember I was checking that one before. So G, followed by A, which is my open string. So you notice my elbow's kind of raising up here to get to that next string. And then the next one is F sharp, which is my third finger here. And then open D. And then my next measure is E right here. That's my one finger. And then open string D. So once again, G, fourth finger, open string A, third finger, D, right there, third finger, and then open D, and then 1 on E, and then open string D. So we've done the rhythm for this, so now all I have to do is incorporate my notes together. And I'm just going to play a string just so we can reinforce the rhythmic value that we had before going. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? Notice I wasn't changing notes there. I was just showing that we've established that we can count that out. Now we have to incorporate the right notes into it, which we've kind of gone over. So now I'm going to play the passage the way it's supposed to sound. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I need to incorporate everything together into one group. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Starting from the very beginning to the end of measure 4 is where I'm going to play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and. Now that I've gotten that measure down, I want to practice it enough times to where it's comfortable and it's smooth. I'm not going to do that in this video just so you get a chance to see the whole thing. But that's the idea. We're breaking everything apart into small little groups, and then we're combining it back together so that we can understand how to play this properly. The next measure, I have rhythmically just quarter notes. So it's actually 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then we actually have a replication on the second measure. The measure 5 and 6 are the same as 7 and 8, both rhythmically and melodically. So the singing quality of it, da, 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 ba, 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 ba. Right, those are the same. The thing that makes this unique is the opportunity to have a kind of a whisper of one. One's louder, and then the second one's softer. We'll talk about that in a second. But here we have an open A string, followed by our G string, our G note rather. It's the D string. Once again, we're only using these two strings the whole way through, and that's our G finger right there. All right. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and next we need to use the next measure, which is F sharp, followed by A, followed by another F sharp, followed by E. So F sharp is our third finger here on the D string, which is this one right here. So we play F sharp, open A string, which is this one over here, A string, then F sharp, and then D, or E rather, which is 1 on the D string, which is that guy right there. Once again, F sharp, A, F sharp, E. And then it's just replication of what's happening over there. And then rhythmically, this measure, that's measure 6, it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right. That's why we're always counting those eighth notes whenever we're counting, so that we can evenly put them in place where they belong. Eighth note, eighth note, eighth note, eighth note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and here in this case it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all right. So let's try playing those notes all together, starting on measure 5 and measure 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right. Let's try that one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 begin and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's important to note here it says MF or mezzo forte. It's kind of loud or moderately loud. And notice here you have a decrescendo mark on measure 5, this little thing that's tapering off like that. That's just to indicate that you want it to go from moderately loud and gradually you're getting to the P, which is piano, which just means soft. Also too, you have a little 3 here. That 3 with the line next to it is an indication that you should hold your fingers down when you play. So if you have a 3 finger played, notice here I'm not lifting up my other fingers here. It's kind of hard to see, but my other fingers aren't lifting off of the fingerboard. They're actually staying in place. So I'm not playing like a 3 and I'm doing this kind of thing. That's not what's happening. All my fingers are actually down. So keep that in mind as you play. All right. So I want to start off loud and then get gradually softer. And my next measures, the reason why I'm not talking about them is because they're actually replication, like I said, a whisper of what we just played. They're the exact same notes, same melody, everything, just softer played. So let me try that now. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and right. That's kind of how the music is going to go here. You go from this kind of like semi-loud to piano and then back up to loud again. All right. The last measures are actually identical to your first measures, so I'm not going to cover those again. There's no point in doing those over and over again. So on your second time though, it mentions here at the very end your last measure. You see where it says second time poco rit. The ritardando is just a little slower, you know, just a little. You don't want to overdo it too much, and that kind of comes in time. You want to not push it too much to where it's overt. You want the gradual tapering off effect. I'm going to put it all together now so you can hear how the song sounds, and then hopefully you get a chance to play this, you know, for a recital, for your teacher, for your friends, your family. Do whatever you can to get better, guys, and best wishes with it. Thank you. If you guys like this piece, please subscribe to the channel. I'll post more videos like this, and if you have any requests, feel free to ask, and I'll go ahead and try to teach you how to play any song. I can probably hack my way through most of them, but go ahead and hit the subscribe button.